So we want to take a look here at how you're going to set up an assignment for students to submit a photo. So let's say this is my Monday folder. I'm teaching math, and I've got a lesson where students are solving two-step equations. So I've got my lesson overview is all set up. I've got a video that they're going to watch about solving two-step equations. I've got a two-step equation practice sheet where basically they're going to copy these down onto a separate sheet of paper, and they are going to solve for x on that sheet of paper. So they're going to do that just with paper and pencil, not digitally. And what I want to do is I want to be able to get a submission for this practice that they're going to do. So since they're going to do this on a separate sheet of paper, I want them to submit a photo for me of that paper with their work on it. So the way that I'm going to do that, I actually want to have that photo submitted right here before this accuracy check. So I can either move my mouse cursor so I get a little plus sign, or I can go to Add Materials, either one, and I'm going to add an assignment. I first want to title that assignment, so I'm going to say two-step equation practice photo of work. So that way it is, basically any student, any parent, they can tell, yeah, I want a photo of your work. Okay, so in the description, here's where I want my explanation of what I want them to do. Basically, take a picture of your work using your iPad and submit it here. And I'll also kind of mention that you are able to hand in more than one photo. So if they do have multiple pages that they've done their work on, they can do that. So I've got that set, the name, the description. I'm not going to do anything here with this Google Drive thing. I can give a due date. So in this case, since we're working on this now, I'm going to go and say that the due date's August 13th. I can give an amount of points, so maybe that I'm going to give 10 points. Here in this category area, I'm just going to leave this basically as ungraded for now. We'll talk about categories closer to school. But then a little bit further down here, you've got these different icons for options. The one that I would get rid of is this speech bubble. It says comments are enabled. I would get rid of that. Basically, it's a comment box that would show up underneath the assignment where students could ask questions. Sometimes what you'll have happen is that students will incorrectly post their submission in that area, and that's not what we want. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We want to keep the kind of looks like a cardboard box with the green arrow that submissions are enabled so students can turn things in. And we want to make sure that that circle is green, that it is published to students. So we'll go ahead and create. And now I've got my two-step equation practice photo of their work. So students would go in, submit their photo of their work that they did from these practice problems right here. Now in this case, in this lesson, one of the things I did was I kind of layered that. So besides just the photo of their work, I have them doing an equation accuracy check. So their practice had 8 problems, and here I'm asking them to basically give the answers from question 3 from the practice task, question 5, question 7. The students would be able to put in their answers, and when they submit, they'll get an indication if their answers are right or wrong. So that way the student, the parent have basically some instant feedback as to whether they've done it correctly. If they get all 3 wrong, then they kind of know, oh, I better go back to the drawing board and try this out again.